Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be doing a little public safety message about safely using over-the-counter and prescription drugs in your home. So I get a lot of questions regarding safely using medications. I am an EMT for those of you that do not know. So friends, family, and people around the neighborhood do frequently give me questions. So a lot of time when I get questions, it's hey, is this medication safe for me to take? Or hey, I found this in my medicine cabinet, is it still safe to take? And a lot of times when I look in people's medicine cabinet, it looks something like this. So very, very disorganized or unkempt, instead of something like this from livingwellmom.com, which is pretty much the gold standard of how to keep your medicine cabinet, everything in its appropriate bottle with its labels and its instructions. Though I do know a lot of people like to take their pills, take them out of the packaging for some reason, and keep them inside these individual pill tablet container things. Or a lot of people like to take their medication out of their bottles and put them into daily organizers. Daily organizer is perfectly fine, perfectly safe for medications that you take every day, and you put them in there for about a week out, and then you take them as the days go by. That is perfectly fine. However, when you don't take medications regularly, that is not a good thing, a good way to store them long term. Reason being, you have no clue what the medication is after 6 months or a year of it just sitting there. But if you keep them in this thing, it's perfectly okay. Reason being, all of these little tins have the expiration date, which this one's written on the bottom, and then the name of the medication also written on it. So you can, worst case scenario, look it up. So in order to look it up, I like to go to Google and do PDR. And that does not stand for Physician's Desk Reference, although the Physician's Desk Reference does contain all the information that PDR.net actually has. PDR.net stands for Prescriber's Digital Reference. And I'll look up a very common medication, acetaminophen. And I'll try that again. And this time I'll spell it correctly. So I'll copy that, and then I'll look on the left hand side. The green words are all the trade names or the brand names, and the parentheses below them are the generic names. So I find the generic name of what I have, and I click on drug summary, and it gives me all the information I could ever want about acetaminophen. And acetaminophen has been around for several hundred years. It is a very well-researched drug, which is why it has about 16,000 words. More common length is about 1,000 words of information. And this is guaifenesin, just so you guys can see. Guaifenesin is cough syrup. So it's been around several decades. It's not quite as well studied as acetaminophen, but it does have good information. So in PDR is the class of drug, which tells you why it's used, but it uses medical speak for that, so it doesn't use the colloquial terms. If you need the colloquial terms, go down to description and read that. It gives you what it's used for in more common sense day-to-day language. And then common brand names or trade names, that's what you would see on your shelf when you go in to your pharmacy or to your drugstore, and what it would actually say on the box. And then when you flip the box over, you would see that generic name. And then how supplied, this is how all the manufacturers make a drug, the various strengths, the various routes that it gets in. Is it a solution? Is it a tablet? Is it a pill? Is it a suppository? All that information is here. And a lot of drugs are manufactured many different ways. And this is what you really probably want to know: indications and dosage. So the dosage is how much of the drug to get, the indications is why you would take it. So for example, very top one, for the treatment of fever. And then it tells you the dosage for adults, children, infants, and neonates. Neonates are just born babies up to 30 days old, or premature babies based on how long they gestated in the wombs. So then it gives you, oral dose, rectal dose, all kinds of other things. And then it goes on to for the next reason that you would take the drug. And it gives you Again, Tylenol or acetaminophen is used for a lot of things. It gives you all the information for all the different reasons you would take it. And then if you just don't care about the reason and you want to take maximum dose, it gives you the maximum safe dosage at the bottom based on age. And then any considerations, it always lists if you have liver disease or if you have kidney disease. It tells you if there's any considerations you need to have, and then it tells you how to administer it, and then it tells you how to safely store it. Since it's been in your medicine cabinet, hopefully you've been storing it properly, but if not, now you have the information so you can make that correction. Then it gives you contraindications, which is the reason you would stop taking the medication immediately, and then precautions, which is the reason that you would need to talk to the doctor before you take the medication. And he may decide, yes, it's safe to take it or not. And then any adverse reactions. This also includes side effects that are known and all the known drug interactions. So this lists anything that's been studied. It'll list if it's safe to take it with a drug or any thing or any reason that's not safe to take it with a different drug. And then information for pregnancy and lactation, how the drug actually activates within the body, and then how your body actually processes the drug based on which route you take the drug. I prefer this source to WebMD, and going into WebMD, searching for it, the very first results you get are 3 advertisements that are mixed in with your actual results, and your actual results are not information about the drug laid out so that you could actually take it. They're articles about the drug. And they also have advertisements mixed in with our articles, so you have to sift through a lot of information on WebMD to actually pull out what you need to safely use the medication. And if you don't know what information you need, it's very easy to get information that is not appropriate for you. So that's why I prefer using PDR instead of WebMD. I hope this has helped, and I hope that you can safely take your medications in the future. Have a nice day.